How many starters you got back this week?
How many? We're hoping to get Kiko back. We're not sure about Jelani. We're hoping X, can hopefully play some this week. But we're not sure until we get through practice today and tomorrow. We're hopeful for those guys, but not sure.
With Mike Hall, how did he perform last week, and what are the areas of growth you'd like to see from him?
I thought Mike played fine. It's tough when you're making your first start and you're the signal caller. He had most of his problems came with the signals. As far as playing football, he was fine. He was solid. He was where he should have been most of the night. His issues came. It was rainy. It was a wet day. He's wearing a communicator. It was kind of muffled, so that's where he struggled. So outside of that, he was fine. He played well.
Now, with Kiko Alonso, is there concern about him out there playing not at 100%?
Absolutely. Especially versus the Jets, where they're in four wides a lot of times on first, second down. Our first game versus the Jets, Kiko played very well. And, that being said, he ran vertical with receivers all game. Obviously, with a hamstring issue, that can hamper his, his performance. So we got to be careful, if he's not right, how to play him if we play him.
Vince, what goes into the decision to have Byron Maxwell shadow somebody? I think earlier you talked about big-bodied receivers. What other factors might?
Well, it's just that it's a matchup league. Obviously Maxwell's our most experienced corner, and he's probably our strongest corner between Lippett and Bobby and those guys. So you're playing a guy like Brandon Marshall, who's a big physical target. It's good to have a guy who can match that kind of strength. And that's Byron for us. So again this week he will match this guy this week. Absolutely.
Lippett's done pretty well.
Yes.
But for him to take the next step and become a really good corner, what are a couple of things he'll need to focus on?
Well, it's experience with Lip. Lip was a college wide receiver, so he's played corner about 2 years of his life. So more experience, obviously. He's a tall corner, so controlling his body is a major issue. But as far as the kid's work ethic and his engagement every day, he's fine. He's got great ball skills because he's an ex-receiver, but more experience than anything.
Vince, the numbers on the run defense, are you? I know you always want to do better, but
Absolutely.
Are you at the point where I'm not going to really worry about that, or
Right.
where are you with that?
I'm concerned about it all the time, and it's a weird deal. Even this week, the Johnson kid had about 75, 80 yards rushing. We gave up a 55-yard reverse, and that's happened twice this year. So I'm not overly concerned about the run defense because it's been pretty good the last month and a half. Honestly, it has been. The numbers may not speak to that, but it's been good enough to win games. And obviously run defense. If you're really good, you like it. If you're not good at it, you don't worry yourself about it. You kind of contain it the best you can. But in this league, you score points by throwing the football. So we can maintain our pass defense, our third downs, and our pass rush. We can win games.
Vance, how much cat and mouse is involved when you play a division team for the second time in terms of what you do versus what you adjust to based on the first meeting?
A lot, because what you did well, they're going to probably adjust to. So you've got to make adjustments. You can't go to the same game with the same game plan. Not playing professionals, and professional coaches. So you've got to make some, not major changes, but enough change where you're not having your guys vulnerable. So, when you play guys twice, especially playing them within a month and a half, it's always important to have some different wrinkles, especially early on, because what they've worked on, you want to show different and then go back to what you're good at.
On some of the shallow crosses, I know it was raining and things like that, but
Yeah.
coverage seemed a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Were you pleased with the effort, and what kind of went into it?
Well, it was a different coverage we played. We played more of a vision coverage. Obviously, when it's wet out like that, you don't want to be, playing too much tight match coverage. You want to play more vision coverage and drop in areas and make the QB throw it into areas. So it was really a different coverage. But also after Baltimore week, I was going to play more vision to help those guys with the crosser. So it kind of helped us that it was raining. Also, it was the plan.
So when you talk about vision coverage, can you explain?
Well, it's when you're playing match zones, it's zone, but in your zone, I'm matching this guy across. When you're playing vision zones, if you run by me, I'm not going to chase you. I'm going to watch the quarterback and just stay in my zone. So when it's raining out, guys can't cut his wall. You want to play more vision, and allow your guys to kind of not play guys, but play the quarterback's eyes.
What was the impact on the defense of having Jason Jones back last week?
Huge energy. Being an inside rusher, that helps. It helps to free up Cam and free up Branch. When you've got those 4 guys out there rushing with Sue, and Jason inside, it forces one-on-ones on the edge because Jason's a really, really quick inside rusher. So it helps the edge rushers.
Seems like you showed up quite a bit as well, didn't he?
Absolutely. Running game, pass game. I mean, he's a guy that's been solid for us all year, when healthy, especially as an inside rusher. But first, second down, he's an edge end that can play the run game also for us. So he did a fine job.
Do you guys study some Baylor Bryson? Or not?
We have not. We've got him on tape from preseason. He's got 2 starts now, so we're studying what he's done right now. Even if it's 75 to 80 snaps, that's what he's good at. That's what they think he's good at. So that's what we're studying. Not the Baylor stuff. It's so different.
What do you see from him?
He's got a strong arm. He's athletic. He's no stiff back there, so that's a concern. But he's got a strong arm, and he's aggressive. Most young guys playing right now, he's got 4 games to play, whatever he got to play. He should be aggressive. Show him what you can do, and he's trying to do that.
Vance, are you at the point with this defense where you expect big plays as opposed to hoping for them, whether it's a sack or an interception or a fumble recovery?
Absolutely. I expect us to play well every week, and the players tell me I'm crazy, and I feel that way sometimes. After those wins, I'm never satisfied. I always find something that goes wrong, but I guess that's my makeup. I'm never satisfied. But this defense can be good. So that's my standard form. That's my expectation for this defense. We can be a dominant group.
When you lose your starting quarterback as a defense, does that kind of change your mindset? Like, hey, it's on us now?
Not really, because every game Adam and I talk about, how to win this game. So whoever's playing quarterback, whether it's Ryan or whether it's Matt, it's always a conversation on, how to win this game. I think Matt's going to do a fine job, obviously, but we have not discussed that yet, honestly. But, from my perspective, if we play well, it helps us win. Whoever's playing quarterback, right? We can hold them to minimal points. It helps us win.
Vance, what did you guys see in the 3 weeks where you had Deion out there on the field, and what ultimately was lacking?
Right. Well, Deion showed us that he's a good athlete. Obviously, he's a big body who can help us in the future. But he's lacking health. We tried to get him back out there and move him around a little bit, but he just wasn't ready physically, and the time ran out. So Deion has to go back and just rehab and get himself healthy. He's a young player. He's got a bright future if healthy. So that's what we didn't see. We didn't see the kid healthy enough to play.
Mike Hall, going back to him, what did you see as far as him and his ability to kind of see where the run is coming from and fit the run? Probably because he looked really good.
Yeah, I mean Mike's a Penn State inside linebacker, so he's been coached his whole life to be a linebacker. So I wasn't surprised that Mike played well. Obviously, his being his first start, certain things came up that shouldn't have, like a couple of his drops and again the communicator. But as far as playing football, Mike's a good football player, so I wasn't surprised he played well.